If you're an introvert and you struggle to connect with people on a deeper level, this is why. Yeah, you might be able to get into a conversation and just speak, but if you struggle to feel that connection with someone else, it's because you're making this mistake, the mistake that I used to make when I was an introvert trying to become more social. When I was an introvert and I was trying to get into more conversations and talk to people and make connections, the major mistake I was making was that I was being too serious. I was trying to come across as this cool, interesting person who has his shit together. And what that did was that it showed a lot of competence. It showed that I'm a cool guy, I hit the gym, I play basketball, I don't stutter, I don't make mistakes, I'm this perfect human being. However, if you want to make connections with other people and feel connected on a deeper level, the way you need to do that is to be vulnerable to some degree. You can't just sit there and say all these perfect things and be this ideal human being. You need to be vulnerable. So how do you do that? Well, you have to say something that makes you somewhat vulnerable. Maybe it's a mistake you made earlier, or maybe it's some relatable thing, or maybe it's a project that you're working on that you haven't told anyone about and they're the first person to hear it. You have to be vulnerable to some degree. However, the best way I've seen to do this is to be racist. And when I say racist, I don't mean sit there and say the fucking N-bomb. I'm not saying that. I'm saying make racist jokes. Because being racist and these stereotypes that we have of racism in the back of our minds are things that are trapped back there. These are not things we speak out into the public, but we always think them in the back of their minds. Absolutely every single human being does. So what you can do, and I learned this from a millionaire in Dubai on a networking video, and he said that pretty much everyone's racist. Even the top religious scholars, the sheikhs in Dubai, they're racist. To the lowest of the low, they're also racist. We all have these stereotypes in our minds. So if you want to build connection, what you can do is make a racist joke in a conversation. Make a racist joke. Just say something like, be careful. He might eat your dog. He's Chinese. Whatever. Just make a racist joke. I can't think of one off the top of my head. But what that's going to do to the other person is that they're going to think, yeah, this guy, he made a racist joke. He's a real human being. He's not one of these guys who's putting on a fake front. He's a real human being. He thinks the things I do. He's being vulnerable. And when you start being vulnerable, they're going to start being vulnerable. But you have to start initiating that vulnerability to build that connection.